Prosecutors at Karen Reed's murder retrial had to admit a big mistake in court. Reed has pleaded not guilty to killing her Boston police officer boyfriend by hitting him with her car. Closing arguments could come at the end of the week. Christina Rex of CBS News Boston has details of some of the final testimony in this trial.
It's called brainstem herniation, and that's a harbinger of immediate death.
One of the final witnesses for the defense, a forensic pathologist, testified Boston police officer John O'Keefe died from blunt force injuries to his skull Tuesday.
The defense moves for a mistrial.
The defense has called for a mistrial twice in the last week. Earlier this week, the defense claimed the prosecution misrepresented evidence about holes in John O'Keefe's sweatshirt. The holes, the defense said, were made months later by a forensics expert.
It appears that I made a mistake.
The prosecution quickly admitted its error, and the judge denied the mistrial request.
I'm not going to allow the mistrial motion.
If convicted of second-degree murder, Karen Reed could face life in prison with the possibility of parole. The retrial has had no shortage of courtroom drama. Combative witnesses.
I don't know why I'm here. I have no connection to this case.
Air conditioning issues.
Court officers are concerned about how we're going to keep the fans and air conditioners going and be allowed to hear the witnesses.
Sidebar after sidebar.
Yes.
May we approach?
All right, jurors, we're going to make this one really quick.
And a jury and a judge who appear to be growing impatient.
You can tell the judge is getting fed up. She is making audible sighs. She is rolling her eyes. She is cutting the attorneys off mid-sentence and admonishing them.
And we expect to hear from the prosecution's rebuttal witnesses after the defense rests its case.
You were in the court for the first trial, which ended in a hung jury. Has anything stood out to you during the retrial, and how does the jury seem this time around?
Yeah, well, there's really no downplaying the difference it's made having the new special prosecutor, Hank Brennan, on this case. There's been a lot more sparring between lawyers in front of the judge, more accusations of trial by ambush and general insults about each other's cases. Plus, the jury this time around is much younger and more diverse, so it'll be interesting to see how that impacts deliberations. Nate?
All right, Christina, thank you.